So can you tell us what you're doing here in the United States?
Well, actually, I live in the United States, for the last 44 years. But you see, I was married to an American girl, and she has graduated from Harvard, Princeton, Columbia, and University of Michigan and Carleton. So she died on 20th February 2015. So I wrote a book, it's called My Connie, and that book has gone viral. So I was on the TV, Good Morning America, and preached the World Wide Way, and then many telephonic interview. So now today they have asked me to come to Atlanta to make a documentary. So I will be here, for the 3 days to make a movie, a documentary movie. And after that, this Paramount Theatre, they have asked me if I am willing to give them the right to make a Hollywood movie. So that is the one I am. So right now I just took a flight from Chicago to Atlanta. So now the driver is coming to pick me up, and from tomorrow morning, 27th, 28th and 29th, 3 days they will be making a documentary movie for me. Of course, there will be actors and other things, but I think the main role will be I'll have to talk more about it. So I have carried a lot of things, lot of pictures, from the childhood. So this book has been given one of the best awards, actually. So that is why I'm coming here. And this book is available on Amazon. It is available on Google. It is available on Barnes and Nobles. It is on the Author House. And there are two marketing companies, they are after my blood, And Lit Fire, and then there is a bookstore thing, New York Times, Los Angeles Times, and then at the same time, this CNC and thing like that. So it started all because I wrote this book from my heart, from my soul, when she died on 28th February 2015. And I was so disgusted, because her real brother, he never came. Not his wife came, not his 4 children, grandchildren, 19 people. They have not even come, there. And they basically had no shame to take her money, whatever money she left, I mean, if you cannot come, you have no right to bloody well take. They're so damn greedy people, they live in this thing. And in my own opinion, her brother was involved actually in this thing. Because when she died, you know what he asked me? He said, Pradeep, where is Connie? I said, Mike, she has died. So he said, I'm sorry. Then he asked me, Pradeep, do you know anything about her money, finances? I said, no. He said, you better hire an attorney because, otherwise the money will go into the probate. This is the brother. This bloody animal, basically sitting in that thing, and they show off to their whole world that they are very rich people, Intelligence is zero. They have no compassion for anything, except for money. And who's doing all this thing? His wife, She's an evil person, That is why I have written, if you have to live with the evil about woman versus a snake, live with a snake. Because snake will only bite you when his life is threatened. But this evil person, she has been biting for years, The shameless people, sitting there, And this man, he's absolutely a hand-packed man, He has no damn guts, nor has the children. Because she controlled the whole family. And one day they will pay for that. And that is what basically, but I did not write it in the book, because they told me that you are not going to write this book, But I have all the rights, because this is a free country. And I have all the medical proof. And I know every single thing about how they inherited money also. So this is the one thing. But going on the positive side of this thing, my wife, she was born in Glenview, Illinois. She went to Carleton College. She went to University of Michigan. She went to Harvard. Then she went to Princeton and Columbia. Then also not only that, she also got another field degree from Mexico and Spain. And she taught Spanish, German, French. And because of her, I was able to travel all over the world, She went to India 7 times. And then we went to a Norwegian cruise in Budapest, Turkey, not Turkey, Ireland. We went to Tuscany and England, France, Germany, Rome, and Norwegian countries, Vienna. And then we saw all over the world, basically many cruises we took also. and then we were taking many trips, like to Santa Fe, New Mexico, New Orleans, California, Palm Springs, Orlando, and later on, we were renting a place, in Sanibel, and for 14 years, we were looking. When she got sick, she had finally surgery in 2005. I left my job. I'm basically not an author, I'm a banker. But now I am writing this book, because this is the only thing I have. My family lives in India, and I am the only person. I have some cousins, but for some reason I'm not in their good terms, I'm not, because they never wanted to be with us, They only wanted to be with their Indian family, and they never wanted to come, and we were only a guest of this thing, just to be honored, whenever there was a marriage or something, So my wife, basically, and myself, I wanted to tell them that if you come to this country and you cannot tolerate, to have American people, friends, go back to India. Go back, Why do you come here, When you cannot mix up, with this culture, you only want every single thing, little India, then why do you come here? Go back. Just like Australia has told. Australia people have told, that if you want to come here, respect, respect this country, respect our culture, respect our food, respect our this thing. But we here, no. Does that make sense to you, ma'am? Yes. So basically, I am not against any religion or anything.
Okay.
But once in a while, you have to give in,
All right. We have to stop now.
And but